Welcome to Hard Rock Stadium. The smoke machine is rolling, and the Miami Hurricanes making their customary grand entrance onto the field. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the NC State Wolfpack. NC State. Team on the field and just about ready to start. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Miami Hurricane offense will take the field to get things started. And this big fella can beat you in a number of different ways in the passing game, David.
Yeah, so much fun to have a guy that I can rely on, that can beat guys over the middle of the field, that can beat man-to-man coverage. This guy's the ultimate weapon.
And I love that this guy has an awesome catch radius. You don't have to be perfect.
And the pass hits, picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the those great ball skills and snatched it right out of the air.
Well, statistically, this defense one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
The Wolfpack offense comes out, and they'll go on the attack for the first time today. Typically, the last thing a defense wants is to have a backer on a wide receiver, but we may see some of that today, guys. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get rounded up.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll try the run. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Finds his tight end. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. The decision to go for it does not pan out. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Off play action on first down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
They'll go to the ground. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. Johnson wants to throw it. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Pulls it in. At midfield, he's got room. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. And the Hurricanes come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback will audible. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Snagged in the middle, it's Brown. Touchdown, Hurricane! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Grab behind the line. It's Collins. And a good job in coverage there. They stop it after just a few.
For a wide receiver screen to work, you've got to have better blocking out in front by other receivers, and they're just not physical enough at the point on that last play.
Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be
Right down the gut of the field. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. First down to start the drive after the break. Give to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Canes want to pick up the tempo. Johnson looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Washington. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. The Canes are rolling down the field. To the air on first down. He'll pull it down and run. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. With the catch, it's Coleman. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. The Hurricanes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the counter. They stop him right on the edge of the red zone and pick up a 5 to the 20.
The counter run play is really tricky for defenses to stop because it forces you to play with great eye discipline. Everything in pre-snap is telling you the ball's going to the strong side, but now they run it back weak, and they're pulling offensive linemen. This defense better be ready because this won't be the last time today they see the counter run. And the Canes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. From the gun, the running back looking for room. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
And this defense has a chance to make a big stop on 4th and goal from the 4. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Defense has him pinned back, and listen to this crowd roar. From the gun, the ground game. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series, but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Couldn't get it out of the end zone, and it's a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll turn to Martinez. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Rides to the back. Turns it on in midfield. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big. When he gets that handoff going to the right, he sees huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had leverage on their men.
And that defensive line has to get off the ball a little bit better, get some penetration to stop that outside run.
From the 22 on 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially in the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is most dangerous.
The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Johnson wants to throw it. It's complete. He gets it in. Touchdown, Canes.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
16, NC State, 14.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll give it to the back. Got room at the 35. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. First down from the 42. Getting some heat. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He lofts one down the sideline. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Hurricanes will kick it away to crank up the 2nd half. thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think even if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime, and you riled yourselves up, and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
On third down, going up top. He finds a soft spot in the middle. They'll bring him down, but not before he put people in the spin cycle. Wolfpack will have 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
And they say this is a game of inches, just a few more inches in the field of play, and it would have been a big game. Instead, it's incomplete. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, 3rd and long coming up.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed. He's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out more speed.
And he makes the catch inside the 20. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. The give to the back. Works his way down to the 10-yard line after a pickup of 3. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. On the ground, it's Smothers. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that 1st down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are touchdown North Carolina State. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fair catch called for and made. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. And the Canes want to crank the tempo. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Got his man in the middle. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a 4th down. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that first down marker.
I think fans get upset sometimes. Like, run your route past the sticks so we get the first down. But nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the fourth down.
Well, they haven't been able to get it done on fourth down so far today. They've missed on their first 2 attempts. Is the third time the charm. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
The Canes are moving quickly down the field. Johnson looking to throw. Finds us back in the middle. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
Nice job by the running back there on that angle route against zone coverage. He wasn't in a hurry. He was able to sort of find the soft spot in the defense and just gear down, make himself an easy target.
He's looking for an open man on second down. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting into the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
Gets it out quickly. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
Caught in the backfield. It's Baxter. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's second and goal. They'll try to run it in. Touchdown, Miami! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They'll line up to go for 2. Up and over. Yam will be there into the end zone.
And you don't want to leave your feet very often in football, but this is one of those areas where you do. In the end zone, near the goal line, you smell it. A lot of bodies in front of you. Just get up, get over top of them, get that touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a 2-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Line getting set on second down. Right back to it. Fights off the defender. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And he did everything right except hold on to the football. That was incredible running, making people miss. It looked like it was going to be a nice play, but he coughed it up, and the defense jumps on it. That is so dejecting for that running back.
Showing off that power as he plows ahead to the 38.
And how good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the fourth quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop it.
Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You can see, gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through him.
Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a first down. On the ground with the counter. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this third and short. Throws toward the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be fourth down. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Never a doubt. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They coughed it up on that last drive, but the defense really bailed them out, holding them to a field goal, Jesse.
Yeah, and I think the offense kind of got away from their identity a little bit on that last drive, David. They got to kind of get back to doing what they do.
Yeah, and hold on to the football. I mean, defense just did their job. Stopped them, held them to a field goal, limited the damage. Now it's time for the offense to get the momentum going again.
Complete to the right. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking downfield, it's Bailey. Fires to the right. Got him downfield. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Curl route seems simple, but when you time it like that so it's right on him, man, that's a tough play to stop.
And give the receiver a lot of credit, too, because he knew where the sticks were. He got his depth on the route, and then he came back to the football. All young receivers can learn from this guy right here. Come back to the ball and help your quarterback out.
Working the middle, it's complete. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Trying to convert this second and short. Off play action. He just never got started going forward. A huge loss of 8 on the play. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after it. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And you could easily argue the biggest reason this team is trailing here in the second half is because they have not been able to protect their quarterback tonight. They've already given up 5 sacks in the game, and you just saw another one right there. This offensive line has had problems all night long.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to...
Oh, look out! There he goes! And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. And they're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
It's third down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. Big third down play here. If they get a stop, you'll see an immediate timeout. Johnson wants to throw it. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
Great job by the defense there. They weren't surprised by that play call there on 3rd and short. They were expecting pass. They took everything away and forced the incompletion.
Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really back. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
Yeah, and listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important to this team.
Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. From the red zone, looking for a space. Finds his man. It's Concepcion. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
The give to the tailback. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. Dropping back, it's Bailey. Into the end zone. Touchdown, NC State. And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
And some of these guys make it look so easy, but these are tight windows down here, man. There's not a lot of space on the field, and he drops back, knows exactly where he's going with the football, throws it in there, makes the play, and more importantly, now his team is in the lead in the 4th quarter.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Wants to throw on 1st down. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, it's hard. This is the hardest time. You got to have plays and you got to have scripts, because you know they're sitting back with all the DBs on the field in a dime package playing pass. How can we get 1st downs? How can we complete passes and get out of bounds to try to save some of this clock as we move the ball down?
He's going for a big play downfield. And the incomplete pass, taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Time is not on their side right now. They can't afford too many more incompletions like that. They need to come up with some connections, and they've got to score points. They've got to get this passing game going now.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. And he wisely gets out of bounds. The clock can be the enemy right now, and this offense needs to get some points. The Hurricanes have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Feeling some heat. He's going to take off. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
They'll go 5 wide on 2nd and 8. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Johnson looking to throw. Going for it all. Touchdown, Hurricanes! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
And how about this QB coming up clutch in a big moment? Gotta have it. Dreamed about it your whole life. He puts the ball on the money. They make the catch, take the lead with seconds remaining on the clock.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Complete with conviction on the crosser. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. Looking to throw on second down. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Well, you look at the clock, they've got time for one more play, but they're out of Hail Mary range here, needing a touchdown to win this game. This is going to be a last-second, last-chance play that they practice, by the way, throughout the week. It's going to involve probably a lot of laterals. We've seen crazier stuff happen in college football.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. They fought to the bitter end, and the